Welcome to Cult of Comics Podcast. I am your host, Tyler Brown. I am joined again today by my usual mutual acquaintances, people I kind of know here at work.
That's a bit strong, but
is it too close? Yeah. All right. Do I fit in the inappropriate joke here now?
By all means.
I'll have to come back to it. We'll put it back in post. It's
put
fine.
A pin in it.
We'll put a little pin in there. It's fine. It's all fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to Cult of Comics Podcast. If you've never been on the show before, welcome. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for checking us out. Do me a favor, though, and check out some of our other videos. We've done a lot of special videos on some of the more recent stuff with Marvel. No, don't check out those videos. Okay. If you're listening to us on Spotify or Breaker or Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts, all the podcast locations, thank you very much for giving us that chance. You can thank Anchor.fm for that. I just wanted to give that little plug in there. And if you've never been on the show before, you have no idea what we're about, we're just three monotone white dudes who talk about comics-related media, stuff like that. And today is a very special dark edgelord episode, as you can see by my new outfit and hair. I'm trying to go full Blink 182. No, what's it? Crawling in my skin. Linkin Park. That's it. I'm going full Linkin Park here.
For those who don't know, Tyler is bisexual, and by looking at him now, you can tell which half of him is gay.
Thank you for fitting that in. That just needed to be clarified. You can see which half of me is the gay one here now.
Exactly.
Anyways, so there's actually been quite a bit of news coming down this week. Should we talk about the big thing with Marvel first?
The big thing with Marvel?
Yeah. Okay.
What big thing with Marvel? Enlighten us.
So something kind of weird happened over the week. Marvel decided to leave Diamond Publishing, and they've decided to go with Penguin Random House for their distributions. For the next little unforeseen amount of time, they're still going to be at Diamond, obviously, and you're still going to be able to buy their shipments through Diamond. They will charge for those pallets right now, but Penguin Random House will not be charging for any of those pallets and shipments. Take a wild fucking guess at how the response has been to Marvel leaving Diamond.
You mean the golden child of the comic world? The one who can do no wrong in the fans' eyes.
Exactly.
It was positive. The fans welcomed it. They gave Marvel a big old hug.
They did. They really did. And people are really just like all up online. They're like, you know what? Yeah, Diamond really is going too far. Meanwhile, 8 months ago, fucking DC left Diamond, and
still a disaster.
It's not that big of a deal. They come out on Tuesdays. It's a little extra bonus day of the week. It's not that big of a deal, but everybody shit all over DC with it.
I'm only going to the store once a week. I'm not going 2 days a week.
Yeah, but the DC stuff will still be there.
It's not going to just go away. You don't have to go Tuesday and Wednesday. There's other days of the week.
What day is Marvel going to ship?
Josh, do you know what
Mondays.
Object Permanence is?
What? Object Permanence?
Yes.
Hold on. Oh my God. Where did Tyler go?
I'm right here.
Oh man, I had my hand up. You didn't even need to move, man.
I hate us. What do you guys think about what's been going on with the Marvel stuffs?
Diamond needs to be taken down. And I think the way Marvel are doing it is because DC will, it's just like, yep, nope, we're out.
We're going to start our own publisher with Blackjack and Hookers.
Exactly. Actually, forget Blackjack. Forget the distribution.
So to clarify really quick, I mean, I do want to get this information correct here. So when DC left and then they announced that they were going to leave officially from Diamond, they gave months notice and they said, hey, just a heads up, make sure you sign up for these things, make sure, you eventually sign up for this distribution because we are switching over to this. They were with Diamond still for 6-7 months. Yeah, they were.
It was announced in right after the pandemic started, after everything shut down in March. And
specifically Diamond shut down.
Yeah. So they announced it at like the beginning of April, and then DC started shipping their own stuff in July. So it was like April, May, June, so 3 months.
I feel like it was longer than that. I feel like they gave quite a bit of notice with that. You have to check that on me. Check me on that, but
yeah,
I remember that they gave a lot of notice beforehand. I mean, they announced it. They were like, "Hey, this is going to be happening. We're going to be going through 2 distribution. We've got Lunar, and then we've got Midtown, and maybe it was Midtown. No, it's Midtown. And Midtown kind of makes sense because they have been working with DC for a very long time, so that didn't surprise me too much. I was more surprised by Lunar Distribution because I'd never heard of Lunar before. But
That's their
And
in-house, isn't it?
I don't know. I think that they've been around separate from DC for some time now. I think that they just happen
they
to be
were
like
a small scale distributor, and then they were looking to expand to DC. Just moved in,
I mean, that makes sense.
and now isn't it just Midtown because Luna went bust or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's still hard to, tell my comic shop what to order.
Yeah, because you
Like
said
they got to write everything down. They don't have an easy way of ordering stuff like what you might have with Diamond.
Yeah, because you said you can just order Diamond stuff yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
Online.
Diamond has their own kind of front end, website where you can go in and you can say, oh, I'm going to subscribe to this. I'm going to order that. And I can do that for everybody except for DC. And then for, my local comic book shop, they have everything figured out with Previews World. So I can do all the Diamond stuff, but they don't have anything figured out for DC. So they basically have to like write down everything that we want to order or subscribe to.
That is more of an issue. That is more of an issue with your shop than anything else, because I mean, I've seen.
Well, they said they've been trying to figure things out, and there's just nothing for them to do.
See, that's weird to me because like of the 3 shops that I have gone to in the last like year and a half, they have all said that like it took a minute to get comfortable, but they solved it within those first like 3 months of officially moving and leaving Diamond. The distribution issue that I heard that they had run into was more about placing reorders than anything. The store that I go to in specific said, yeah, I mean, once we figured out like how to use the system, it was fine. The big issue is that there were some people who had their point of sale system be the Diamond point of sale system, which is basically Previews World catalog. And in some cases, that's fine, but their point of sale system was one that's embedded in the Diamond program. So, when you have a point of sale system that's reliant on placing orders, reorders, re-ups on going through them, that does change your system around a little bit. And that is a really big inconvenience. I'm not going to deny that. But the problem here is that, like, if you were to flip things around here, if Marvel was the one that would have left, what would change about like how people are reacting to this at all? People would just like welcome them with open arms. I don't really understand why this weird bias exists.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just as upset about this as DC leaving.
Sure.
I feel like DC just, because as well this year they've had a lot of bad publicity with like the mass firing, like
the layoffs and everything.
Yeah, and like Didio and Taras both being fired.
Well, that kind of made sense to me because they weren't just firing people randomly, right? I mean, it was a lot of people where it was either people associated with like Warner Brothers games or the Warner Brothers DC Universe app. And then there was editors, a heavy amount of editors. Actually, no, it was only like 8 editors, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was the 2 lead editors of Black Label as well.
Yeah, that was really confusing. But is that going to be enough of a reason for people to get upset about DC doing that? Because that means that
maybe it's just more acceptable now that someone has already done it. Like now that DC has done it, oh, okay. If Marvel wants to do it, sure, whatever.
Yeah. Do you remember when it happened and Mitch Gerads was going online and it was defending Marvel to the death, or DC to death?
No.
He still does it right now. He actually, my favorite comment that I've seen from him so far is, my heart goes out to the people who now need to boycott both Marvel and DC because of this decision.
I like Gerads on Twitter.
Wouldn't be too hard
got
for
really
me.
Sassy. I think that people are very soft, and I think that there's a lot of people who get their pussy in a little bit of a knot, and I think that those people need to chill the fuck out, because it's not that big of a deal for people to switch to a publishing house or a different distribution center. Marvel wanted to do this back in 1998, and everybody wanted to make that comparison. Now Marvel's doing it again. That no one's comparing Marvel
did it.
Marvel did it, and it backfired spectacularly.
Yeah,
that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that when DC left, they were comparing DC to Marvel in 1998. versus now. Now that Marvel's leaving, no one's comparing Marvel now to Marvel in 1998. Why? I feel like now is a better time to make that comparison, not just because it's Marvel to Marvel, but also because
sort of like how many times do we have to teach you this, old man?
How many times do we got to teach you this lesson?
Mm-hmm.
What do we know about Penguin Random House? This isn't the same Penguin publishing house, right? So this is a distribution center.
Yeah, they do more bookstore stuff.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're in charge of like distribution for like graphic novels and trades and stuff going into bookstores.
The two companies are related, aren't they?
Most likely. They're probably owned by an umbrella company.
Yeah.
No, actually, they're two different. So there's Penguin Books, which also... Oh, no, wait. As of 2013, their parent organization is Penguin Random House. That's interesting. But this is weird. Penguin Books is a USA-based company, but their headquarters have been in London, England, since 1935.
Which one? Sorry, Penguin Random House or Penguin Books?
Penguin Books, but again, they're Random Publishing or Random House LLC apparently was founded in 1927, but as of 2013, they are the parent company to Penguin Books. Don't know why. Very strange.
It's all coming back British. Yes.
This benefits you immensely.
We're reclaiming the colonies one day at a time.
So this happened 3 days ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the internet has already you would expect it to be an absolute shit storm, but instead it's been nothing but praise. We're like, oh wow, Marvel previews will still exist. Oh my god, they've done so much for the customers. I'm just like, what the fuck is the matter with you? What is happening to people?
Oh, they're giving a lot of time because this is not happening till October.
So what is that?
And
4 or 5 months?
7 months.
Math's hard.
Well, we're at the tail end of March right now.
So
and it's going to be available on Wednesdays, so that's cool.
It's not that big of a deal that DC switched things to Tuesdays. It's not that. Why is that bit? Why?
Oh,
why
it really rustles my jimmies.
I'll rustle your jimmies. I'll come over there and I'll find those jimmies and I'll rustle them. Do you see this hair?
Yeah.
That's how you know I mean it. Shall we move on to the next story? Unless there's anything else you wanted to add to this?
No, I just wonder how it will affect me in the UK because DC books are still going through Diamond UK in the UK. So
I mean, if Penguin is a UK based co now,
yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why there would be some sort of a limitation with that, right?
No.
I feel like if anything, it benefits you.
Yeah.
Speaking of British, Pierce Brosnan has been cast to play Kent Nelson in Black Adam.
He has.
Has.
When I first heard this, I was like, this is kind of weird casting. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, actually, this is kind of perfect.
I think he'll do all right. He's got a face for the helmet.
He's got the voice as well, though. He's got a very distinct voice.
Do you think he'll go full helmet or just half helmet?
It depends what his contract says.
I have never seen Dr. Fate half helmet. I don't think that exists.
Yeah, but there are
rumors. Like a cap that comes down to right here.
Think Guardian or the Ray.
Think like an anti-masker if they just didn't wear a mask, but they wore everything else.
A chin diaper. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. This is a big casting. Although I will say this, Dr. Fate being cast in a movie with Black Adam, that makes sense because of placement, because of the history of both characters. They're both, I forget, is Kahndaq in Africa? I feel like it's in Egypt, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
That area, maybe Middle East.
I mean, that would make the most sense. So yeah, they're both Egyptian-based origin stories, so I guess it kind of makes sense, right? It's just interesting to cast Pierce Brosnan, I guess. How old is he now?
Close to 60?
Mid to late 60s, I'd say.
Is he really? Feels like not that long ago that he was James Bond.
That was
in the 90s.
GoldenEye was like 94.
He's 67.
The world is not enough.
How do you pronounce this? He was born in Drogheda, Ireland.
Drogheda.
Sure.
If it's Gaelic, it's probably got that brogue to it. So you got to say Drugada.
Yeah.
Drugada.
Drogheda.
Drug Haven.
Okay, so we need to get Daniel Craig somewhere in the comic universe. He's got to play some comic character.
Who would he be good at?
Who?
Daniel Craig.
No, I'm asking who.
Oh, I don't know.
We're spitballing here.
Yeah.
No, I thought you had an idea. Well, you had me excited. Goddamn.
No.
Daniel Craig would do a really good older character from the JSA. He would do a good. Oh shit! It's coming to me. Hang on.
Wesley Dodds. Alan Scott.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah. Okay. I just want him to stop playing James Bond at this point. And I feel really bad about Idris Elba being like having that entire thing ripped away from him because that would have been such a good cast.
Yeah.
And then racists. So I guess this means that the Black Adam film is actually being worked on now instead of just being a hypothetical that they talked about 8 years ago.
No, it's been confirmed for a while now. Like the last few years, there have been announcements coming out.
The Flash movie has been
confirmed. Yeah, true. Hawkman's been confirmed and cast in it as well, though, a few months ago.
It just feels like that because, COVID, everyone took a,
No, Muschietti was cast. No. The Flash film was
I know, but add that extra year and everything just feels like, oh, it was so long ago in the before times.
There's no way that they're actually going to finish making the Flash film at this point. They've recast people. Speaking of which, this actually leads up into our next story. Billy Crudup apparently is replacing, what's the actor name? Help me out here.
Ron Livingston is replacing Billy Crudup.
Ron Livingston. My apologies.
Billy Crudup got fed up.
Crudup or shut up. Damn it.
Yeah, Billy Crudup was in like one scene in Justice League. So
I don't know.
Yeah, because he plays his dad.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Dr. Manhattan has left the building.
He plays his dad, Barry Allen's dad, in the prison sequence, and that's pretty much it. Ron Livingston is the actor from such films as So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars, Masked Singer.
Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
All of the things that don't matter for Ron Livingston's credits.
Of people to cast, he's the least exciting actor in the world. Who are we kidding?
Shut your mouth.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Office Space is a fantastic movie.
That is a fantastic film, but he is not the reason why that film is fantastic. That was a good film by itself. He just happened to be in it. That's it. Name one thing that he was in that was great besides that.
Was he in Friday Night Lights? Nope, I'm thinking of Kyle Chandler probably.
They look the same. Generic white dudes.
I get those two mixed up.
I didn't realize this wasn't Kyle Chandler. Even though I looked at the name, I saw the picture and was like, that's just Kyle Chandler. Like, it didn't click until you just said that.
I'm fucking wrong. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. They look exactly fucking alike. Tell me I'm wrong. I swear to God.
They are the same.
There was a really good movie that he was in called Adaptation that I'm a big fan of, but he was not a main actor in that. Like, he was just there.
Yeah. Well, they're both Russell Crowe knockoffs. Like, when you need somebody, let's just get these two guys. We can't afford Russell Crowe.
Have you seen what Russell Crowe looks like these days?
He does not look healthy.
It's really bad. He gained like 100 and something odd pounds.
Russell Crowe can do whatever he wants. He's going the
No, he should not. Because the last time he did whatever he wanted, he threw a phone at a hotel clerk and then he got arrested for it. So I guess they just wanted to have somebody fill the space here. I mean, it's not like
early
Billy
edition.
Crudup is.
That's what it was.
It's not like Billy Crudup was.
Damn it, that was Kyle Chandler. Fuck.
God damn you. It's not like Billy Crudup was like this fantastic, like high tier caliber actor.
Well, as well, was he even in the theatrical cut? Because that's the one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
hey,
that
Ron
sequence is so
Livingston
short.
was in Swingers.
Which, by the way, that sequence, yeah, he is. That sequence of him in the prison is the most stereotypical prison sequence. Hiya, son. How are you? I'm doing okay, Dad. I'm gonna get you out of here. Hand on glass. The guard goes, "The China girl! You
No touching.
No
Starts
touching.
beating the shit out of him. Oh yeah, that whole.
Oh,
It's
speaking
just-
of
it's
no
a really-
touching, Jessica
Hey.
Walter died this week as well.
Uh,
Oh yeah, she did. That's
I've been trying to
unfortunate.
make as many of those jokes as I can.
I love her in Archer more than I actually did for the other show. I just don't really care about
Arrested
the other show.
Development.
Not a fan.
Ah.
Tried really hard.
Someone in a comment on Reddit posted a quote from one of the shows, and it was like, "Oh, get me a Bloody Mary." It's like, but it's mother, it's breakfast. And it's like, oh, and a slice of toast. And people like the comments were just like, I don't know whether that was Archer or Arrested Development, because she just plays the same character in both.
She does
what
a
was
really
it?
good job of playing those characters, though.
Invincible came out on Friday. And
Yes, it did.
we've all watched that.
I watched the first episode. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they can't, show the parking and rear sign each time they visit the Pentagon. It happens. It takes maybe like 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds. How much could it cost? $10?
Yeah, it probably can't cost that much. I mean, it's not that big. It's a big inside joke from the comics. It's a little bit missing, but
yeah. Anyway,
I wanted to ask you about, you said this was posted in here, but I don't know anything about this. The Black Widow movie's been delayed yet again, but I thought that this was already confirmed that it's going to be, there was a deal made with Black Widow being, do you guys not know about this?
I just know that I saw the new poster that looked terrible, and it said July.
As far as I'm aware, Regal Cinemas has signed a deal to
Right.
release later this year, right?
I didn't know that that was with Warner Brothers.
That may be true, but they still have a contract with some of the Disney productions as well, I believe.
I haven't heard anything about that. I'd only heard about their deal with Warner Brothers that starts in 2022. Regal Cinemas is opening up over the next couple of weeks, and then Black Widow is due out in May.
So Disney will release Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow in theaters and streaming services for Disney Plus in July. Yeah, so they signed a deal with Regal Cinemas to release in their theaters at the same time that they do their streaming services, which is going to be impressive because I think this is the first time that we're going to see a really big Disney film like this go on streaming, because the other one before this was like Mulan and then Soul. We've had some bigger films with Disney, but I think the big difference is that this one is one that they really anticipated being a massive blockbuster. So
yeah. And was it Kevin Feige who was like, we are not going to stream Black Widow, it will be in theaters, but now they're like,
yes,
we're going to do both.
Well, do you remember the same thing happened with Wonder Woman in 1984 with Patty Jenkins? Patty Jenkins said, we have a really big plan. We want this to be in theaters. We want people to experience this the way that it's meant to be seen. That whole conversation happened, but I mean,
I'm so happy that movie didn't come out in theaters, because that would have just been a waste of $10.
I agree. I think that would have been an outing. I went and saw Tenet in theaters, and I'm like, I risked my life for this.
I didn't have to risk anything. I was like one of 4 or 5 people in there. I had a whole row to myself.
Theater was packed during Tenet. Like when you book the tickets on the website, it was like there'll be a gap of 2 seats between you and everyone. Like masks are mandatory. Like they had all these sponsors on the website. You get there were like 4 empty seats in the whole screen. No masks.
I'm not surprised by that. People are stupid.
Still had to wear masks, even if it was just like 5 people in there.
Yeah,
I don't know about them.
No, we did too, but at the same time, it's people are stupid.
I mean, I don't know if they're like, oh man, there's nobody in here, I'm not wearing my mask kind of thing.
There's definitely gonna be people like that.
Yeah, I still kept mine on, but
it kind of makes you reflect on like all the times when you're younger, right? About like all the dumb shit that you used to do where you're like, I'm gonna not make sure I don't get caught doing these things. And you're like, oh shit, maybe I should have done those things, because that at least it wasn't a pandemic What the fuck is the matter with me? I catch myself with that all the time, and I'm like, fucking goddamn shit. I must have been a goddamn little cunt when I was a kid. I hate it.
You still are, but
oh, thank you. Welcome to the Cult of Comics podcast, the very wholesome podcast where we give each other love, support, and sometimes really dark memes about my dead sister. Anyways, would you guys be willing to go see Black Widow in theaters?
Yes.
by July, sure.
You
July seems
overestimate how much I value my own life.
But it's going to be available on Disney Plus for streaming for $30.
Okay, I have a shitty question to ask you. Of films from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like,
which ones would I be willing to risk my life for?
That's what I'm kind of asking here. Is like
everything except for Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, okay, that's a good answer. Yeah,
Thor: The Dark World,
answer.
Iron Man 2, Ant-Man 2.
Hey
Ant-Man
man,
2 was better than the first one.
Yeah, I still like
really
Iron
like
Man 2.
One. Iron Man 2. I like everything except Whiplash.
I
really like Justin Hammer.
Look,
I really
we're
like
gonna
Tony's
go down
art.
this road for another half hour. Everyone just snooze.
That reminds me, what time are we at right now?
26 minutes.
Okay, cool. I wanted to, wait. Wait, why don't you like Mickey Rourke?
I've got nothing against Mickey Rourke. It was just that, like, his character in that movie, like, take him out and have Justin Hammer be the bad guy, and it would have been so much better. But like, you have Mickey Rourke come up, make these little robots, and his arc was just, it ruined the movie.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke wanted more. We've talked about that.
Like, and every time he was on screen, he was like, "Where is my bird? I want my bird. Give me my bird. This is not my bird."
Your accent is just perfect.
Yes.
Can I please just record you doing a series of accents? That could be my new like ringtones. That's perfect. That's what I need. No, Mickey Rourke's a great actor. I feel like he should have been given more with that. How do you hire somebody like Mickey Rourke? Imagine hiring Daniel Day-Lewis and being like, okay, well, we're going to withhold some of your talent a little bit here.
We just want you to read this.
We're going to have
Where is my bird? This is not my bird.
This is not my bird. $500,000.
You know I've got 6 Oscars, right? Oh my God, imagine if they just hired Borat to do it. It's like, this is not my bird.
I actually really like him. My sister.
It's my brother. He is a retard in a cage. La 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 la.
I would pay so much money for Sacha Baron Cohen to be in Marvel Cinematic Universe as any character he wants. So who is Fukanaga?
Cary Fukanaga is the guy who created True Detective. He wrote and directed the first season. He was also hired to write and direct Stephen King's It, but dropped out due to creative differences with the studio before Andy Muschietti was hired. And now he's directing the new James Bond movie, No Time to Die.
Well, it's been directed. It's just ready to be
It's been
released.
directed, yes. He's waiting.
Did you catch Manic with Jonah Hill and Emma Stone? That was pretty good too.
Oh, wait, that was the Netflix release, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I haven't seen. I liked True Detective. It's interesting to hear about like the history with this. I just want to say this really quick. Tokyo Ghost is not my favorite thing Rick Remender has ever written. Sorry. It's very.
I haven't read it, but the pictures, like the artwork, looks great.
The artwork is amazing. Yeah. I'm just gonna say this though.
Only you could read.
That first comic book for me was very like Boomer Dad. Like everybody's addicted to technology. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
No, it's kind of cringy at some parts.
A little bit.
I mean, you got like the Edgelord is kind of the villain.
Yeah, like with the top hat and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vest and the pinstripe shirt.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird choice. I don't know. I just was not captivated by it. I know people who are addicted to Tokyo Ghost, and I tried getting into it, and it just was not my thing. Of Rick Remender stuff that I like, that's not it. The stuff that I liked of his was like Black Science, Deadly Class.
Like Sean Murphy.
Scumbag.
You're a scumbag.
Sean Murphy's fantastic. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's a great artwork.
And his love of motorcycles.
Look, let me pair this up with you. If you give me Gary Frank or Sean Murphy or Ivan Reese, and then you put Jim Zub doing the story, do you really think I'm going to buy it?
Yes.
Jim Zub?
Fuck you. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that guy.
exactly. Because he doesn't put out good work. Sorry.
I
Sorry,
like the pretty pictures.
Sorry, guys. He's just not a good writer. Sorry, Jim.
I've just been thinking about fan castings for, who could play the different characters. I've seen some people throw out Tom Hardy for Lead Dent.
I could see that. That would be good. That would be a good cast, actually. You don't like it?
I mean, Tom Hardy's in everything, though. I feel like
Tom Hardy's in
about
every
that.
fan cast.
Yeah.
I don't think that's necessary. Okay. If he wasn't in everything, would you like him then? I'm sorry that you have to be so different that you can't like all the things.
I mean, if he hadn't already been like Bane, then sure.
That was a bad performance by every means, and you know it.
I know, but I'm just gonna if he goes in and plays him, I'm just gonna be thinking of Bane all the time because that's what he is. Lead Dent is Bane.
Yeah, I mean a little bit. I mean, yeah. If that comes out, I'm probably gonna check it out. Like I said, I just wasn't that captivated by the comics. It's one of those choices that I was like, okay, whatever, not that big of a deal to me. Anything else you guys wanted to get there for news?
Helen Mirren was cast in Shazam 2.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I skipped over that. My apologies. Yeah, Helen Mirren, man. That's a really interesting choice. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. That's going to be the sequel to it. Have they announced what the story is going to be about?
No, I think it's an original story.
It's all about Black Shazam.
God damn you.
I saw a tweet that said the reason they've cast such an old actress as the villain is to detract, draw the attention away from the kids being adults now.
It has been years since they put out that first film, right?
How much time do you think they'll
4
spend?
years since it came out. 3 years?
That's way too long.
2018.
Will they spend any time as kids? Or will they just go straight to their superhero forms and not transform?
I hope they stay kids because
I mean that is a big reason why the cast is so charming.
Yeah. I don't think it really matters how old the kids have gotten. You can just say, they've had, 2 or 3 years.
How old the kids have gotten.
Teens.
Mm-hmm.
Teens.
Young adults.
I just want to point this out really quick. Just really quick. There was not a better choice to play the adult version of Jack Dylan Grazer than Adam Brody as that superhero Shazam version of himself. That was so fucking good of a choice that when I saw that on screen, I was just like, this is perfect. I love everything about this. The only moment in that film that I applauded more than that was the very end sequence with fucking Mr. Mind. And I just fucking started clapping.
Yeah. He pops up everywhere.
If they don't follow up the Mr. Mind story, I'm going to kill myself.
The guy who played Freddy is now 18.
Okay.
I'm just looking at the others.
When did Chapter 1 come out?
Mary's 25.
Yeah.
Eugene is 15.
I don't have a problem with their aged up. I just want them to. They waited way too long to do a sequel.
Chapter 1 came out in 2017, I believe. 2016, maybe.
They should have made the sequel. They started making the sequel
2017. All right.
Why? What the fuck is wrong with Warner Brothers? They can't shit or get off the pot. They keep delaying everything. Anyways, I'm really interested to see Helen Mirren cast in it, but I have no idea who she could possibly play in this at all.
Jesus.
She's playing Hespera, who I did do some reading of her from Greek mythology. I don't remember who she was. I think she's a nymph or something.
Nympho?
Hespera is the nymphs who together watched the dragon in the garden where the golden apples grow. In Greek mythology.
Here. I understood that. I promise I did. All right.
So anyway, Ron Livingston.
No.
Kyle Chandler.
Oh, yes. Right. All right, let's start a petition to have Kyle Chandler replaced Ron Livingston.
Kyle Chandler's
No!
in Justice League 2.
They made a second Justice League?
I hope not.
Wait, what do you mean in their Justice League 2?
Cast Kyle Chandler as Henry Allen.
He was doing the
Justice League 2.
TOO version, and I was doing the TWO version.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Haha, English.
No, I meant Justice League 2. If it's whatever the next appearance of Henry Allen is, cast Kyle Chandler as him. Recast Ron Livingston.
Bonus.
Just have him different in every movie and just blame Flash's time travel.
Because the Flash just pops into the next multiverse over.
Exactly. It's like Rick and Morty when like they fuck up one timeline and they're like, oh shit, I guess we're just gonna swap universes now.
Yeah.
You know, at this point I just kind of expect both publishing houses to just let me down spectacularly when it comes to just like making the right choice. Making the right choices. So we will see, and then we will see a bunch of 4chan and Reddit mods having to shut down a whole bunch of forums of whiny pissy teens. So
and then it got worse.
And then it got worse. All right, so shall we move on to some of the comics of the week?
Comics of the week.
Are we not doing a separate episode for comics?
We can. If you want.
That's the traditional format. We can do that. Yeah, how much time are we at?
I mean, we're at 36 minutes right now. That's a good.
That's perfect. That's a perfect time to cut this off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so that's going to be our news episode. Thank you guys very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Tyler. You cannot find me on Twitter anymore. I'm gone. I'm dead. And I'm deleting all my social media because social media is poison. However, Sean can
One of us.
Gooble gobble, gooble gobble.
Yeah,
Sean?
I'm out there spreading the word. I'm on Twitter, Sean Walsh 747.
He's spreading COVID.
I'm spreading COVID. I'm spraying particles everywhere.
I don't know why, but that was just an attractive sentence. Say particles again.
Particles.
Thank you so much. You can find Josh probably wearing a balaclava. The balaclava, hanging out in the Adirondacks, trying to escape from what looks like a picture of Andy Muschietti in the back of an REO Speedwagon. Yes, that's where you're going to find him.
If I'm wearing baklava, I'm eating it.
Why did that make me laugh? I hate you. Thank you very much for watching us. Thank you very much for listening to us. You can find us on Spotify, Breaker, not Stitcher. I don't think that's the expensive one. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, all the podcast locations. Thanks to Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm is the easiest way to make and start your very first podcast. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Click that subscribe button, smash that like button, do whatever the hell you want. I can't own your life. I'm not a cop. Thank you very much for supporting us. And if you want to support us further, you can find us on patreon.com/cultofcomics. For the $1 and higher level, we will allow you. I wrote the tiers down. I actually did this the other day, but I forgot them already. For the first $1 tier, you will have access to our Discord server. Yes, I think that's what it is. For the $5 and higher level, you can
unsubscribe from our Discord server.
I remember now. $5 and higher level means that you get commercial-free content. That was definitely one of them. And then what was the other one? Hang on. You get a picture drawn by me? Not very well. Maybe. And then for the $10 and higher level,
yeah. So no one's going for the $5 tier. Then no one wants that drawing.
We got to anchor you. We got to make the other ones not sound so great, so that you go higher.
For the $10 and higher level, you get one of Sean's used socks. And the ones that, you know what I mean, like the crusty ones that are left at the bottom of the hamper.
Jesus.
Why did you pull a fuck up? Why did you just have one just ready? Why are you in my mind?
Because I'm prepared.
Apparently. Thank you very much for checking us out, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Don't spread COVID.
Did we say anything about Anchor?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to interrupt me again. Just make faces at me. This is fun. Thank you very much for checking us out. God, fuck you. Have a good rest of your day.